Hi guys, today we're going to be going over lipids and nucleic acids. I'm putting them together into one video just because there's not too much to know about each of them. So first we're going to talk about lipids, and lipids are what we call your fats. Lipids on the monomer for lipids are your fatty acids, and lipids actually don't form polymers. They don't like to come together and form very long chains. So your fatty acids like this one here are about as big as it gets. You might have 3 of them connected to a single rest of a molecule, but there's no official name for a lipid polymer. Now, the R right here, that's the rest of the molecule, and this is what a fatty acid looks like. You have carbons connected in a chain surrounded by hydrogens. Now this is a saturated fat. It means that every carbon has every bond available connected to hydrogen, and there are only single bonds between the carbon. This is a saturated fatty acid. Now, what happens if I put a double bond between 2 of the carbons? So, erase this, like say right here, we put a double bond between the carbon. Well, that's actually going to bend the molecule. It's going to kink the molecule and cause it to go in a different direction. So see, now it's kind of bent. And now this hydrogen has to disappear because I'm only allowed 4 hydrogen bonds, 4 bonds between molecules, 1, 2, 3, 4 for carbon. And now this carbon, 1, 2, already has 3. It only gets 1 hydrogen. And this one gets 3 more. And this is what we call an unsaturated fat. And so those are your 2 kinds of lipids. You have your saturated and you have your unsaturated. If there was another double bond somewhere here, say right here, I put another double bond. 1, 2, 3, you would only get 1 more hydrogen. 2 hydrogen, and that's a polyunsaturated fat. And so your 3 types of fatty acids are saturated, unsaturated, and then polyunsaturated. Lipids, the biggest thing to know about the function of lipids, first of all, they're fats that store your energy, is what makes up fat in like your stomach. But second, they make up your cell membranes. Lipids, this word got kind of blurred out here. Lipids are hydrophobic, which means they repel water, and so they form your cell membrane here. I can make that actually a bit bigger so you guys can see it. So your cell membrane has these hydrophobic heads of the lipid, which is the rest of the molecule. That part is hydrophobic, and then this part right here, your tails, are hydrophilic. And so the same thing happens on the other side. And that's what your cell membrane looks like. It's made up of lipids. And that is how water stays on the outside. Because again, if there's H2O out here, this is hydrophobic. It's not going to get in. It's not going to happen. And so that's all you really need to know about lipids. There's not too much. Nucleic acids, on the other hand, there is a very large amount. We're not going to get into all of it today, but we're going to get through some of it. So first, the 2 main types of nucleic acids, these are the nucleic acid polymers. You have DNA and RNA, and we're going to discuss the differences between the 2 of them. Nucleic acids, their sole purpose is to carry genetic information. DNA carries it from one generation of cells to the next generation of cells. Meanwhile, RNA is used to create proteins from that genetic information. Just your basic structure, DNA is double-stranded. RNA is single-stranded. DNA forms into a helix. Your monomer for nucleic acids is your nucleotide. And nucleotides are made up of 3 things. You have your phosphate group. You have your sugar, your 5-carbon sugar, which is either deoxyribose or ribose. In DNA, it is deoxyribose. That's where we get deoxyribonucleic acid from. And in RNA, it is ribonucleic acid. And then finally you have your nitrogen base. Now there are 5 different nitrogen bases that you can find in nucleic acids. There's adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, and uracil. Uracil is only found in RNA. It replaces thymine in RNA. So adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine are in DNA. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil are in RNA. And they pair up. Adenine pairs with thymine. Cytosine pairs with guanine. And in RNA, adenine pairs with uracil instead. We'd mark that as a U. So again, more differences just between DNA and RNA. These are important to know. DNA is only found in the nucleus. It never leaves the nucleus except during cell division. RNA constantly leaves the nucleus to carry the genetic information from the DNA out to the ribosomes where it makes proteins. There are 3 types of RNA. There's mRNA, tRNA, and rRNA, and we'll go over those in a future video when we get to protein creation and protein synthesis. But there's only one type of DNA, just DNA. Yeah, so that's nucleic acids. They carry genetic information. That's lipids. They're your fats. They make up your cell membranes. I'll do proteins. I'll be doing proteins next. There's a lot to go over with proteins. And yeah, I hope that was helpful.